He calls the past year one of the most humbling yet rewarding of his entire life. And tonight, we're taking a look back at 2011 and our President Bill Donald's tenure at the helm of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. Let's learn a little bit about his operation in Melville, Montana.
Bill Donald's roots run deep in south-central Montana. The Cayuse Livestock Company has been in his family for more than a century, and Bill is the third generation to raise cattle in the Crazy Mountain foothills.
True family operation. The outfit was started by my grandfather about 100 years ago. We had celebrated our centennial last year, so we're very proud of that. We have large numbers of high-quality Angus cattle, and that makes them easy to market, and the people that buy them like to come back and buy them again because they feed out well and they put a great steak on a plate.
We're cow-calf mainly, but we do stockers. Keep most of our calves over to yearlings. Kind of gives us flexibility. We have our home ranch here in Melville, and then we lease a ranch in Columbus, the Beartooth Ranch, and another ranch, Trail Creek, in Cody, Wyoming. So we kind of shuffle around numbers depending on what the weather's like at the different places.
Bill and his wife Betsy have two sons, Josh and Wyatt, who are actively involved in the day-to-day operation of the ranch. That family support will be vital because as NCBA President, Bill expects to spend around 300 days on the road meeting with his fellow cattlemen.
It works out well. My dad's been really good about just letting Wyatt and I, my brother and I, do what we want to do.
It's been good for Josh and I to be able to kind of be forced to step up a little bit more in our own business and take on maybe roles that maybe we weren't quite prepared for, but we're going to get it done one way or the other.
One of the greatest pleasures of my life at this particular juncture, as far as the ranch goes, is working with my sons and watching them grow and mature, and the interest they have and the enthusiasm they bring to the operation really energizes me as well. We had a family meeting and we were talking about, whether I should do it, whether I should commit that much time. And I told them it will keep me out of your hair. And Josh said, yeah, well, we could use a little help around here too,
Bill has a long history of advocacy for the cattle industry, serving on the boards of major livestock trade associations on state and national levels. He's a past president of both the Crazy Mountain Stock Growers Association and the Montana Stock Growers Association, and has served as chairman of the NCBA Policy Division. Now, Bill steps into the role of president of NCBA, representing cattlemen all across the country.
And I think it's important for people to know that National Cattlemen's Beef Association is full of people just like me, cattlemen that make their living off the land, whether it be a ranch in Montana or a stocker operation in Oklahoma or a feedlot in Nebraska or Texas or Iowa, or a packing plant. Everything about the beef industry is represented through NCBA. We do look at the beef industry as a whole, and for that whole to be successful, every individual segment has to be successful. And I think that's the one thing that I want people to know about NCBA is that we do work on every issue that impacts everybody in the beef industry. And we do that every day, and we do it to the best of our ability.
He's tenacious, he's smart, he's willing to listen to both sides of an issue. When he has a conviction, he's willing to work for it. He is what you see. He's not putting on a facade or anything. He is who he is. And I think he'll work very hard for the organization and the cattle industry in general.
He's very down to earth, and I think he's very relatable to a lot of people. And I think that that's going to really help. He can talk to people, just about anything and kind of relate to them in a way that I think a lot of people have a hard time doing.
I think he's going to bring a lot of common sense to the job. He's not a guy to sit around and make excuses for not doing things. And he talks plainly, and he is also a good negotiator. So I think he brings those things to the job.
No doubt Bill Donald has a deep love for ranching and for his family, even to the point of allowing the grandkids to name one of their cats after him.
They had a litter of kittens here a while back, and one of the kittens had some gray whiskers on it, and so Isabella named that Grandpa after me because it looked old and gray even though it was a little kitty.
Well, it's a little funny. Emma, he had gray hairs, and so Emma named him Grandpa. And plus, he's really funny like my grandpa.
Although the new NCBA president may have a sense of humor, he's serious about fighting for the nation's cattle producers.
I never have been one to quit. I just always think back to my father. He told me that, he loved a job done well and he hated a job left undone. And he was always a stickler. If you started something, you finish it. And, it didn't matter if you were out there till dark or later. It had to be done. It had to be done. So that work ethic has rubbed off on me. I am extremely humbled by the faith that others have put in me to think that I could do this job. So I won't let them down.
Reporting from the Cayuse Livestock Company in Melville, Montana, I'm Brian Baxter for NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.